3, 2, 1.
Beautiful. A sign of the season, the lighting of the Capitol Christmas tree in Washington, D.C. tonight. The festivities were held in front of the Capitol building, and the crowd was able to get into the holiday spirit. Temperatures were in the mid-60s during the ceremony, but the pre-winter warmth is going to be coming to an end. We have all the details from the Weather Channel headquarters tonight in Atlanta. You're watching Weather Center Live. Thanks for staying with us, everyone. I'm Crystal Lager.
And I'm Kim Cunningham. The very latest on the western storm walloping parts of the west, even Portland, Oregon.
It causing some damage here. 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts have already been reported in this area. Several trees have toppled, so be careful if you're doing any traveling as water is starting to cover some of the roadways. We picked up about 3/4 of an inch so far today, and Kim's going to show us where the wet weather is right now. It seems like we just can't get a break in this part of the country, Kim.
No, we can't. You know, we're also watching rain across the south, and this is good for the most part. A lot of these areas could use it. We're very thirsty here in the southeast, in Georgia, but unfortunately Georgia may not get some of this heavy rain. We're seeing it right now just to the west of New Orleans. Severe threat on the low side. There is some lightning with some of these storms. You can see this line back here in the northwestern parts of Louisiana and eastern Texas, and a few storms heading over towards New Orleans, which could make for a messy night tonight. All right, heading east towards Birmingham, some showers developing here as well. I know you've noticed the humidity coming up as the day went on today, the clouds coming in. This is all ahead of a cold front. Now, once that cold front comes through, guess what? It's an end to our temperatures in the 70s and the 60s, at least for a little while. We'll get back there, it looks like, early next week. All right, so here in the Atlanta area, dry conditions, clouding up, though, today in advance of our storm, but it does seem like we're very dry at this point compared to what's happening off to the west. The front gets closer, we may see a better chance of getting some of that rainfall. Heading north, boy, you're in it anywhere from Syracuse all the way into Charleston, Cincinnati, Columbus, Cleveland. I know you've got some decent rain on this, especially in Cleveland. Heavy rain earlier today. The front is through. Now we're on the dry side of this. But out ahead of it, starting to moisten up from Washington, D.C. all the way up to New York. And when that happens, that's pretty typical. You start to get that humidity increasing ahead of a cold front, and that's when you know, something may be coming, and that's exactly what's happening. A cold front is on the way. It's going to change our weather. It's going to bring us drier air. It's also going to cool our temperatures down. All right, so traveling the New York Thruway, it's rain from Albany all the way over towards Buffalo. A wet commute tonight, even around Elmira towards Williamsport, and eventually we'll see that rain heading to the coast. Crystal and Jim, back to you.
We want to talk about the west. We're looking at the snowpack and where it looks great and where it doesn't look so great this time of year.
Yeah, you guys were talking about Portland, Oregon, and all the rainfall they had there. Well, they also do the National Water and Climate Center data here. This is their SNOTEL product, and what it is, Crystal, essentially is what matters at the end of the day is not how much snow's in the ground, but how much water's in it. All right, because it's all about spring melt and how can we fill the reservoirs, and this is a little misleading because we know it's been raining here. It's just that the snow levels have been so high.
Right.
The percentage of water in the snowpack is low because the snowpack is low. But that's going to change over the next couple of days. But what we do know is there's not much snow once we get into eastern Wyoming and across Colorado and also into New Mexico. So that's why we're scrolling down like this. You can see Utah and through here. Here's Colorado. I mean, look at that, 40%. And through here, these western counties, there's 30, 10, single digits in northern New Mexico. But the pattern is going to change. So not only are we going to see cold and snow enter the Great Plains and the Great Lakes, really for the first time this season, but we're also going to get a chance to get some snow for these areas. So let's talk about how that's going to happen through here on Max 5. So here's the jet stream. We got the upper low sitting across the Aleutians. This actually, a piece of this bodily drops over the Rockies. So that brings the snow levels down to about 2,500 feet. The Cascades, that'll add water equivalent in through here, and eventually, we will get some decent snowpack even in the lower latitudes. So hang in there, guys. Salt Lake's going to see some snow. Boise's going to see some snow, and maybe even Denver, Colorado. Let's take you ahead and show you 120 hours worth of snowfall, and that's going to complement the jet stream in through here. Here's that low. It's going to drop on in. As it does, as it makes its way off to the south and east, look for big changes here to come over the Rockies right in through the weekend here. Big ridge kind of shuts the water off, also warms it up a little bit in California. It's been kind of cool there with the cloud cover. But this upper low, this position of the low, Crystal, is huge because that means Colorado, New Mexico get a chance at daily snow showers. It may not be a huge storm, but, here's 120 hours worth of snow forecast. High country of Colorado, maybe a foot, maybe 2 feet. what could they use it?
And all the way into New Mexico, where you were showing us how low the snowpack is looking there. So we'll take what we can get. If we get into some of the deeper purples there, you know, we may see a foot at some of the peaks.
Oh yeah. These are foot amounts through. You never know because this is incredibly high resolution. But even Denver, you know, in the Front Range where they've had issues with wind, and dust, and fires lately. I mean, we're going to be talking about getting even a snowpack here.
And Jim, this is going to be some of the coldest air so far this season, no doubt about that.
Okay, so tomorrow we go to 65 in Denver. By Sunday, how about 20 degrees?
20 degrees.
Big change.
We've been spoiled there along the Front Range the last few weeks. It's been golfing.
We have been, but I mean, you know, this represents a significant change in the jet stream, and a chance to really get the snowpack going, especially in Colorado.
The snow we need, certainly, where it's been very dry there across the high country. All right, a change we want.
Yes.
Here's Kim.
And we will get.
Hey guys, a strong statement from the UN Secretary General on climate change. What he had to say, that's coming up. Plus, another day of record highs is a lot of people asking if it really is December. Well, straight ahead, how the temperatures are putting a damper on the holiday spirit in some places. And fighting the fog, where this video lands on tonight's top video.